terms of all the people in Israel. That makes the things that he said startling because it makes you want to pay attention. Some of the things we're going to learn about that he said are genuinely going to shock you. Even if you've been in this field for a while, I can guarantee you there are some things in here that you've probably never heard anyone say, no whistleblower said before, and they are deeply thought-provoking in ways that I think you'll find interesting. So with all of that said, let's get started. My name is Jason Simosa, by the way. Welcome to the video. If you like this kind of content, you want to hear more of it, please, actually, I never say this, but hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, do the like and stuff. It really helps. And glad to have you on this today as we dig into some frankly astonishing things that this man said. With all that said, let's get started. So the first thing I want to zero in on is claims that the United States and multiple governments, indeed it seems, signed a contract, the phrase that he uses, with alien beings, which sounds kind of crazy, but let me read what he says. In the article it states, Eisenhower's granddaughter testifies that her grandfather, Eisenhower, signed an agreement with the aliens that they would have a secret landing base in Area 51 in Nevada. They would be able to come into contact with a limited number of people, conduct experiments, and the condition was they would be able to provide us with technologies, for example, anti-gravity. In 2020, when he first said this, it seemed like a really far-fetched idea. And look, personally, from everything I've seen about the Eisenhower theory, I don't think there's anywhere near enough evidence to make such a However, there are now multiple people who
interact with intelligence extraterrestrials.
Something else in public setting, as well as in his original Nation interview. Have we made agreements with non-human intelligence? That's the kind of information I really hope national leadership is able to get to the bottom of. I need to pin you down on this. Are there agreements between non-human intelligences and the American government? I think that's a question I'd like to know the details of as well. But also recently, just in the last year, Jim Samivan made comments to that effect when he was having an interview with the awesome James Iandone.
You said we met them. Is that like the Holloman Air Force landing event?
Somewhere in that, yeah, probably.
Do you think there was a meeting like that?
I think there was.
Yeah.
Maybe hypothetically.
Yeah. Hypothetically, what is that like? How an agreement or arrangement would be met?
I assume that's the case. This is really interesting. I don't know if you remember in the early days, Lunazondo used to talk about this 7-course meal, and what he was trying to articulate was this idea that disclosure will happen in places, that there is actually a controlled disclosure effectively is what he's saying, and the idea was that we are just focusing on the very first appetizer. You might want to jump to the main course, but we're not going there until we've run through all these different courses together. And since he said that, I think that was like 2017, we've had quite a few courses, right? UFOs are real, we don't know what they are, they could be Russian or Chinese. Oh, we have actually recovered UFOs, we have UFOs, and we also have bodies, right? We sort of moved through a couple of courses here, and then recently with Jake Barber, there's this kind of idea that maybe there's a psionic, that's a new phrase, I don't even define what that means, or like psychic component to this. I think one of the courses that we're waiting to get our hands on is this idea that we actually have an existing relationship with these beings. And that course has been hinted at us for quite a while now, and actually in a big way here in 2020 this year. Now, what this means, I don't know, but it's interesting. So talking about agreements, the next thing that has the Russians, the Japanese, the English, and the Chinese all coordinated at the level of still not allowed to publish. And the ones who asked not to publish similar perspective. This idea that there are dark forces